video, we're going to talk about adding additional manufacturer data to our schematic symbol. Information can be captured at two levels, at the component level and at the part level. Depending on the classification of your part, certain metadata values are given to you. You see here in this motor part, I have voltage, frequency, power, speed, and degree of protection. However, it's also important to delineate the full load amps of a motor. This being that during the design and troubleshooting process, we can ensure that the motor is running at proper capacity. To add additional values at the part level, you just need to go to the user data field. And here you'll go down to the bottom where it says customize. And then you're able to add additional fields to add metadata to. So if you select user data and then go up to insert user data, it'll then prompt you to add in a new user data field. And you simply type in the name of that value. And for this instance, I'll put in full load amps, or FLA. And you see now I have this full load amps value. And now I can increment it up. And when I hit OK, you'll see that now this full load amp is now added to my part. Now I've typed in full load amp at part level just so that when we add it to our symbol, we're able to see that this is actually at the part level. It's going to ask me, do I want to update the catalog, meaning do I want to update this across my entire library, or do I just want to modify this component? I just want to modify this component for this example. So now I also can add metadata values at the component level. The reason putting it at the component level is that so oftentimes when you add a motor to a circuit, it can actually be used across an array of voltages, which means that the full load amps could potentially change based on the voltage and the horsepower of the motor. To add the value at the component level, we need to go to our library tab. In our library tab, you have this feature here called component classification. And here you go down to the classification that you're working with, and for this instance we're using motors. And then you go to customize. Again, if I click on user data, I can insert the user data field. Again, it prompts me to add a name for my value. I'll put full load amps again. And I simply increment it up again to be at the top. Now when I go back and look at my symbol, you'll see that at the component level, I now also have this full load amps. And now for this instance, I'll put full load amps at component level. So now that we've added a value at the part level for our full load amps, and we've also added a value at our component level for our full load amps, yet we still don't see anything on our schematic. The reason being is that we now have to go into our symbol and add the appropriate attributes. Now inside of our symbol, we go to Insert Attribute, and then in here, we go to our manufacturer part user data. And under user data, you should be able to see the full load amp attribute now. You also should be able to see that at the user data from the component level. And so now we have both of our full load amps selected both for our part and our component level. And when I click OK, I can now add those to my symbol. I'll simply copy the properties from one of the other attributes and apply those to the ones I just added. I'll save this and close it, and then I'll update my symbol. I will only select this one and not all the other symbols in my drawing that are identical to it. And just like that, you see now I have my full load amps at my part level and my component level. I hope this has been helpful. My name is Wayne, and until the next time.